on this side, and the usual throng of players in front of Hugo Lloris. A little bit deeper this time, but dealt with effectively again by the Tottenham captain.
Right on the money, the corners, aren't they? Right into that area. He's done really well, the keeper.
It's something they've highlighted there, Michael. Yeah, they've had a look at it and thought, get on him. Let's test him, see if he can handle it. He's answered the question so far, Hugo Lloris.
Salah tussling over there with the Tongan, and was keen to shoot again for his turn.
Just couldn't get it under control. He showed real good body strength again, didn't he? Just to roll the Tongan. He's very, very good at that. He's just absolutely slashed at it.
And Liverpool are a team that bring the much better recent form into the match tonight. Their only defeat in the last 14 games was the semi-final first leg against Barcelona. It's a big contrast to the way that Tottenham finished the season, although they did play their best football in this competition. Sadio Mane, Gini Wijnaldum, in by Robertson. It's a good ball. It was well dealt with by Danny Rose. Had to defend the far post for Tottenham, really solidly there, the England left back.
Yeah, great ball by Robertson. But he did his job, didn't he, Danny Rose?
It's a horrible one, that, for a left-back, because you're just waiting for that wide player just to be kind of flying in, because the ball was that inviting. It was saying, come and head me. It stood strong and got a good clearance on it.
So much delivery from the right and the left from the two Liverpool full-backs. They're such an important part of the attacking play for Liverpool, and here's Robertson involved again. Now Mane. Well, defended by Trippier.
It's nice though by Mane, at least he's driving him backwards into the box. And that's the danger area, isn't it? Can't touch him once he's in there, but Trippier did well. I mean, this is nothing different, but the cross is exceptional.
Slightly different setup this time for the Liverpool corner, and they've taken it short to Henderson, worked it back to Robertson, and then headed away in there for Tottenham by Winks. Robertson's caught Trippier there.
A flailing arm, wasn't it?
It's completely accidental.
Yeah.
You do that as a player. When you turn, you get your arm out, you're protecting yourself. It's not...
Isn't it?
I would say from Liverpool's point of view, they may not be on the ball as much, as keeping possession as much as Jurgen Klopp would like, but they just seem a little bit more ruthless at the top end of the pitch. It seems a little bit sharper, the runs they're making, Mane in particular, causing a lot of problems.
Mauricio Pochettino in consultation there with the referee Damian Scamina. You mentioned the work he's done on the Tottenham players' minds. One of the tasks they had to do as a squad was to walk over hot coals in the build-up to this Champions League final. They've tried all kinds of things to make sure they're at their mental sharpest. And we'll see whether it pays off over the course of 90 minutes or maybe a little bit more. I'd like to see you play have a go at that.
Did they have shoes on?
Oh, no, not at all. There's Toby Alderweireld and now Moussa Sissoko. Nice touch there off the Tottenham midfielder. It's a Liverpool throw. Showing character in this competition this season is nothing new for Tottenham. They were essentially out of the competition 5 times on the way to the final. But barring the last 16 win against Dortmund, they were on the ropes in pretty much all of their games from match day 4 onwards. So I suppose you'd say they're in pretty familiar surroundings at the moment.
I think you can tell that there's a calmness to them still. It's obviously a disastrous start to concede so early, but they seem to settle in quite quickly. Question marks over whether the occasion would be too much for this team. Never been here before. Not really seeing that at the minute. They seem like a group of players who feel like they belong, which is all good signs in terms of what Maurizio Pochettino has built.
It's the kind of start to the match we probably expected as well, Steve, isn't it? The fact that both managers and both sets of players, both teams know each other so well.
Yeah, I think so. They know there's no information you can hide from either manager. When they were trying to analyse this game, as you rightly said, Fletch, everybody knows everything about the players, don't they? It's who performs on the night, who's got the mental capacity to get it done.
Alderweireld out to Trippier, and that off Robertson. But don't forget, we've got 52 matches in the Premier League exclusively live next season, which is more than ever before on the channel. And we've got the BT Sport film State of Play tonight from 11 o'clock. It's the latest in the series of BT Sport films. It tackles some key topics in the modern game, and that's well worth a watch from 11 o'clock on 2HD tonight. Son looking to get in behind here, and he's been able to do it. And the offside flag up after that.
It's really late, that, isn't it? It's really late. You just start getting excited and then they put the flag up like that. I mean, it's a tough one. It takes a good run though, and I mean it's really tight as well. I mean, be interested to see a better angle, but that's what they need to do more of, I think. Anytime they're passing it around, that's nice, but kind of more penetration, especially on that left-hand side. Those little flighted balls from Alderweireld can be a problem for Liverpool to deal with.
The decision's gone against Spurs. It's a foul on Sadio Mane.
One thing you would say is that the referee was right on it there, wasn't he?
Jurgen Klopp, who's lost his last 6 cup finals that he's been in as a manager. He's hoping it's third time lucky in the Champions League final tonight. Liverpool with this free kick with Trent Alexander-Arnold stood over the ball. Sissoko managed to pull his head out of the way just in time.
I think he got his hand out of the way just in time as well. I don't like that at all.
Does anybody like that?
Well, then, you know, Manchester City are very good at it. I just, you feel like there's mistakes in there.
It's a foul by Fabinho on Harry Kane. And a quiet start for the England captain.
It has been, actually. You know, he had a few early duels with Van Dijk, which Van Dijk won, and he's kind of managed to win a few himself, coming short and being strong, but I'm not really seeing the movement that I'd like to see, taking Van Dijk the other way.
Van Dijk with an awkward one there to Robertson. I presume you agree with the fact that he's in from the start, do you, Harry Kane, Jermaine?
Well, I think, you know, with Harry Kane, it's about that chance. And when that chance arrives, he's the one that you want on the end of it, and he's the one that you can guarantee will stick it away in the big moment, because he's done it so many times. So you can't disagree with Maurizio putting him out there. If he did take him off, at the minute, in my opinion, it wouldn't be because he's tired, you know, because the game really hasn't been like that. There's been a lot of this type of thing, passing it around at the back and in midfield, and whether he's saving himself and just kind of building himself into it, we don't know, but it's about that chance with Harry Kane.
It is 53 days since he last pulled on the Tottenham shirt, injured in that challenge with Fabian Delph in the quarter-final. Alderweireld across there just ahead of Roberto Firmino. Fabinho helps it on. You wouldn't say there's any concern at the moment for Liverpool, Steve, because they've got the lead, but if there is something that they might be a little bit bothered about, shall we say, is that the fact they're not keeping the ball particularly well?
They're giving the ball away uncharacteristically. A lot of times there's no fluidity in Liverpool's play as we speak. Yes, they got a great start, but there hasn't been a number of really nice passes, a couple of occasions, but not much. I've seen them play much better this term.
I think when it's hot and humid as well, you don't want to be chasing the ball. You want to be dictating the pace of the game.
It's nicely done by Danny Rose. That's not so nicely done by Danny Rose.
There's a lot of that going on. It's that wrong decision.
I think he's just saying to Son, like, give me something. Son almost kind of just stayed in between. He didn't make a great run. He didn't stand still and say, give it to my feet. It wasn't a great ball, don't get me wrong, but I think he just wanted a run from him.
And Danny Rose, one of 7 players in the 2 squads tonight, who'll be joining up with Gareth Southgate's England squad for the Nations League semi-final. It's a giveaway to Sissoko. Almost thrown it through to Son as well, and managed to get him behind Alexander-Arnold. Here's Eriksen.
It's a crazy pass from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Dangerous.
Rose. Oh, Harry Winks. Dele Alli. Oh, Harry Kane. They've been good to that point, haven't they?
Yeah,
Tottenham, and then that penetrating ball is the one they can't find.
He had nice possession. He didn't need to play that pass. Could have easily gone left and kept the ball.
I think there's a point where you just need to simplify it a little bit. Get the ball into a wide area, get the ball into the box. Liverpool haven't been tested with any crosses yet. How many crosses have they put into the Spurs box? A good couple, including the corners, obviously.
That's on by Kane. Here's Dele Alli. He's the wrong side of Robertson. And then Joel Matip was there to block it. Son was coming in at the far post, and Tottenham have to settle for the corner. Ali short to Trippier. Here's Eriksen. And across for Liverpool was Robertson. Trippier goes long towards Harry Kane. Virgil van Dijk with his muscle was in there behind him. It's a strange atmosphere inside the stadium. It started off very loud and noisy for obvious reasons, but the fact neither team has really set the world on fire since the Salah penalty has just taken a bit of atmosphere out of the place.
The fans sound as if they just run out of energy, don't they, watching the game? Buoyant beforehand, absolutely rocking, but they need something to cheer about.
Given away by Alderweireld to Henderson. Moves away from Rose and then whips in the cross, and the ball had actually gone out of play and come back in again, so it's going to be a goal kick to Tottenham Hotspur. Well, there's a couple of big fights on the horizon as well on the BT Sport coming up. Josh Warrington against Kid Galahad on Saturday the 15th of June at 8 o'clock. And the same night we've got the BT Sport box office fight, Tyson Fury in Las Vegas against the German Thomas Schwarz, and that's from midnight on Saturday the 15th. Here's Danny Rose. Now Dele Alli. Another situation, Jermaine, where you would suggest the Tottenham player rushed it a wee bit.
Just need to settle down a little bit in those areas. Just take your time, get your head up, see what else kind of develops. It's just a little bit rushed at times, making too many wrong decisions when they get into good positions on the pitch. A lot of the game has been like that, though. You know, you could say that about kind of Liverpool's midfield area, giving the ball away, just being a bit sloppy at times.
Tottenham Hotspur enjoying the majority of the possession, but it's not been possession that's caused a problem to Alisson in the Liverpool goal as yet. Henderson towards Salah. Firmino. Salah still out there as the widest Liverpool player, and in actual fact the last touch was off him. It's going to be a Tottenham Hotspur throw-in. Sissoko swings a blind pass out here, where there was no Tottenham Hotspur player. Joel Matip gets it through the gap to Robertson, and now Liverpool might well be in business down this side. They took a chance for the pass, the Liverpool defender, but it's allowed Robertson to run forward and hit one. And Lloris had to tip it over the bar. Hasn't scored yet this season, Robertson, and it took a fingertip save by Lloris to get it over.
Yeah, again, it was Trent before, it's Robinson this time. He had to tip it over, but you're right, it was a pass by Matip. And very nearly criticised the goalkeeper for giving it to Matip. I thought it was an awful position, but he made the most out of it, didn't he? Joe Matip, a huge amount of confidence to spray the ball out to Robertson. He did the rest.
He looked like he was panicking initially,
yeah,
but then he found the key pass, which allowed Robertson to advance and get that strike on goal.
Alexander Arnold's going to take one from the other side, so it's an outswinger, which is headed away by Son. Salah, and hits it over the bar on the volley.
It's a tough one, that, on your weak side.
Yeah.
Well, this would be a concern for Tottenham. Looks like an elbow problem for Jan Vertonghen.
Here's the shot. Decent enough save, simple enough. I don't know where he's hurt his elbow, Jan Vertonghen, whether it was the last corner.
Strange one.
He's been in the wars, hasn't he, throughout this Champions League campaign, the Belgian international.
Looks like he's panicking a little bit.
Oh, there it was. His wrist, isn't it? Looks like, yep. And then it's his elbow. Let's hope he's all right. You don't like anybody going off injured, do you? Big game like this.
Lots of conversations have been going on down there between the Tottenham manager Mauricio Pochettino and a whole host of Tottenham players while they were treating Jan Vertonghen.
He seems positive, Mauricio, from what he's seen, and I think rightly so. I think they've been the better team on the ball, knocking it around. I think we've spoke about it time and time again. I'm just a little bit concerned that they're just not being direct enough at times. Just getting to that final third and it's breaking down, or when they can cross it and get shots on, they're not quite doing that. But he'll definitely be pleased with the way that his team have settled in after a tough start.
That's Mo Salah, Jordan Henderson, looking early here towards Sadio Mane. Trippier, the Tottenham defender. Robertson. Now Wijnaldum. Salah back to Sadio Mane, but gave Sissoko the opportunity to make the challenge. Here's Andy Robertson. Spurs have got it back with Ericsson and now Son. Here is Jordan Henderson. He's going to strike one. Falls here for Roberto Firmino. Looking to make a bit of room. Finds his captain. Here's Alexander-Arnold. And Danny Rose with the block, and that's a Liverpool corner.
Yeah, Liverpool were quick to pounce on them there.
The relief for Lloris at the moment is that they've abandoned the tactic of surrounding him with as many players as they can at corners. Alexander-Arnold with another outswinger. Salah with another shot. And the deflection in the end has taken it behind for another corner.
It's a lovely defensive header by Harry Kane, I think it was there. Liverpool starting to build a bit of pressure.
It's important moments these now for Tottenham towards the end of the first half. Some good work being done after conceding such an early goal. It would be more bad news and more devastation if they conceded at this point in the game. You need to stand strong here.
Different corner taker, Mo Salah with the Liverpool delivery and Son with the clearance.
You have to miss the front man.
It'll be fascinating to see how this changes tactically the longer the night goes on. I think there's a general consensus that you're not likely to get the full 90 minutes out of Harry Kane, and then you look at how Tottenham would look different with Lucas Moura on the pitch and the kind of movement and speed that he brings to things at the other end.
If the game stays like this, I see him staying on the pitch, Harry Kane. I think he'll just add to it, Maurizio. He'll just add more firepower to the mix and try and obviously get that goal they're desperate for.
It's a handball. Brings the free kick to Spurs. You've got a feel for him though, haven't you? Hat-trick in the semi-final, and then he's on the bench in the final. It's a cruel world at times, football.
Yep.
Kane was looking for the free kick there and didn't get it. Salah can have a run. Vertonghen's over there for Tottenham. Here's Danny Rose.
That was nice, wasn't it?
Lost to Dele Alli. 3-on-3 here. Kane and Son are up there with the England man. Son's made the run, and it wasn't a good enough ball at all by Dele Alli.
You're being polite, Fletch. It was an awful ball by him.
It's usually his thing.
Yeah.
That's usually his thing, that calmness in key moments.
Maybe half-time will do them all a little bit of good, JJ, just to, as you say, just to settle down, have a chat, because moments like that, 3-on-3, you're driving into the penalty area, Liverpool defenders backing off, you have to be better.
Especially at this level.
He's had a stop-start season, hasn't he, Dele Alli? A succession of hamstring problems, which has meant that he's been in and out of the Tottenham team. He hasn't scored in the Champions League yet this season. It's nights like this where you want your big game players to step up and have big games.
He's definitely one of them, in my opinion.
Robertson just able to reach that one. Harry Kane hasn't had a sniff, has he, so far in this final?
I think the same could be said for Roberto Firmino, who there's fitness worries about as well, to be very honest. Mane's looked dangerous. Salah, of course, has got the goal.
I think he's spot on, Maka. He's been quiet, Firmino. He usually has much more of an influence on the game.
Sissoko, as we move into 2 minutes of additional time here at the end of the first half. Heung-min Son. They've got a man over on the other side, Danny Rose, but Dele Alli didn't see him. Ericsson, who's normally so much more accurate from that kind of position, had the whole of the goal to aim at and smashed it high and wide.
Yeah, she would have scored. You have to get it on target. And what more can you say? You'd trust him all day long, wouldn't you, Christian Eriksen? The player he is.
I think it's one of them where, look, you're happy for him to take it on because you know eventually he'll catch one, but he's been one of the players that's probably been a little bit quiet within the team.
I think a lot of them have, to be very honest. I think the second half has to be better quality-wise by both sides.
There's Kieran Trippier up towards Harry Kane. Joel Matip there for Liverpool, and then Virgil van Dijk.
It's strange. You don't tend to see that a lot from Liverpool. They usually have so much control over those types of situations.
enough there. When we're talking about video review, is there clear and obvious to say that that is not a handball? I do not think so. So I think it's the right call at that moment once he whistles for the penalty to keep it that way. I don't like the call with it being so early in the game. It's really changed the way the entire game has been played. But Spurs, Steve, to your point, they responded really well from that. They didn't change their game plan. They kept playing. They got back into the game. They were playing through Liverpool's press really well. So unfortunate to go down so early, but they battled back and shown some character.
Can we touch on Harry Kane for a second? Because obviously it was an interesting choice from Mauricio Pochettino to put him on right from the very start. Does he keep him on for the rest of this 45 minutes?
I think he still has a role to play in this game. He's been quiet, so yes, he hasn't got the touches, but I still think he'll grow into this game. He'll still play a role in terms of being a physical presence. He'll get in. He'll find some touches in this early bit of this first half, and that'll ease him into the game. I think he keeps him on for as long as possible, and maybe the full 90. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, I think to me, though, Mo, they're not getting him the ball in the areas where he's effective.
I agree with you. They haven't played direct enough at times, getting balls into the box early. They've been very patient at times, too patient, and they haven't been patient enough. So I think if they get the rhythm, they'll get more opportunities for Harry Kane.
And my thing, too, watching Tottenham play, the way Liverpool have been pressing, I've been impressed, with the confidence and the composure from Tottenham to play through that. But then when they have had transitional moments, that's where I think you're missing having another player with speed like Lucas Moura, because Son has been running them. His touches haven't been clean in the final third, but he's getting those opportunities. They just don't have the numbers in attack.
But I think they got to be careful too, because that playing out the back could play to their just minds. The way that Liverpool presses in those high areas, if you cough up the ball there, it's a transition. You're talking about transitional moments. You're 10, 15 yards outside the 18 going to goal there. So they got to be careful with that as well.
Guys, Liverpool taking an awfully long time to come back out to the pitch for the second half. What will Jurgen Klopp have been saying to them in the dressing room?
I think Jurgen Klopp would want his team to possess the ball a little bit more. Now we know that we know how they like to press. When they counter press, they win the ball up high. And because Tottenham have been good on the ball, they haven't had those opportunities. So now how do Liverpool, do they play in possession? Moussa Sissoko and Harry Winks, Steve, are doing an excellent job in the middle. Sissoko's coming out to that right-hand side. He's nullified their fullback. So I think for Liverpool to be effective in the second half, more of Andy Robertson, more of Trent Alexander-Arnold. To get them higher up the field, you need more possession.
All right, 45 minutes all to play for. We're going to be back with more at full time. Back to your commentators, Tony Jones and David Pleat.
So Tottenham get the ball rolling at the start of the second half, and they're looking for a big improvement, having conceded that penalty. Mohamed Salah putting Liverpool in front in only the second minute. Spurs need some inspiration. Maybe the inspiration provided when they won 3-2 in Amsterdam to go through on away goals against Ajax in the semi-final. Champions League of shocks and surprises, none bigger than that one. Liverpool's success against Barcelona in the second leg of their semi-final at Anfield. But here it's advantage to Liverpool, looking to make up for the disappointment of losing the final in Kiev to Real Madrid a year ago. Mohamed Salah not even making it to half-time on that occasion, forced off with a shoulder injury. Sissoko, who gave away that penalty after only 23 seconds of the game. So much debate about whether or not Damir Scamina was right to award the penalty, but the argument now, of course, is whether or not the arm is in an unnatural position. Son. Trippier. Ali. Hit the web, Alexander-Arnold. David Pleat alongside me. You had an opportunity at half-time, David, to look at one or two more angles of the incident which led to that penalty kick. After Sissoko's intervention, the arm was high. It was into the armpit, you said.
Well, he certainly made his body bigger by putting his arms out, and obviously the directive is getting a little bit tougher in terms of, well, let's watch this first. Kane going into the box.
Cross was whizzed across in front of Son and behind Dele Alli.
I just feel requirement for a penalty now is getting more difficult for defenders not to concede. The effort was only a couple of yards away from Sissoko. I don't know what opportunity he had to get his arm out the way. Spurs have to show more penetration, throw more people forward, maybe a chance for Moura perhaps. If after 60 minutes the score stays the same, the fullbacks will have to play a little bit higher, of course, and that might give more opportunity for the speed of Salah, who's pulled out into a very wide position, and Mane, Firmino still playing fairly central. But whilst it stays at 1-0, Tottenham will have a chance, but they have to show a little bit quicker pace when they get into the area approaching the attacking third. They get into that area, but then they're not moving the ball quick enough when they get there. At the moment, Van Dijk coping with Kane rather comfortably, certainly in the air.
Virgil van Dijk has had an outstanding season, a season which we're going to overtime with the Netherlands involved in the UEFA Nations League this coming week. Salah with Rose. Henderson happy for that to go out for a Liverpool throw. Liverpool settled in defence now with Matip alongside Van Dijk. To remember that to last season, and then Lovren being substituted before half-time when, again, that Wembley was running out of Liverpool's reach against Tottenham.
Noticeable there that Sissoko was telling right-back Trippier to pull as wide as possible and get on that touchline and get well forward. I think we can certainly see that if there's going to be an improvement in terms of Spurs going forward, it might have to come from Rose and Trippier from wide positions.
Trippier's free kick. Liverpool weren't expecting that. Flag now has been raised on the far side. And he was offside. Alexander-Arnold, 20-year-old graduate of the Liverpool Academy. Brought up on Merseyside at West Derby. Firmino, who's been very much a bit part player in recent weeks because of his injury problems. Sissoko. Henderson. Initially by Vertonghen. Eased on again by Sissoko. An opportunity now for Tottenham to counter. Eriksen. Good defending by Robertson, who stood his ground. Surged forward by Winks. Supported by Trippier.
Quicker play by Tottenham. Either Winks or Sissoko can just gamble a little bit from that midfield deep area. Push forward. Liverpool still in control of the game though.
Tottenham yet to have an attempt on target. Alexander-Arnold. And towards Salah. Good play by Mane. Firmino available. Ronaldo. Firmino. Robertson. Fabinho.
I think Kane has to try and escape Van Dijk's attentions. Maybe drop in a little bit deeper. Once again, Trippier trying to get forward on that right-hand side, finding space there. And once again, trying to get a forward ball in, but Liverpool played very well there. Great clearance and a great ball through.
Salah. Firmino for support. Sissoko struggling to tidy up for Tottenham. Henderson. Fabinho. Robertson. It's a terrific cross in. Excellent work by Lloris.
Yeah, brilliant save amongst bodies there. Lovely teasing ball by Robertson. Made so much progress since he left Scotland. It's been a startling buy from Hull City.
Someone whose career had to go backwards before it went forwards. Here's Ali. It was crowded out eventually. Brighter from Tottenham. A sight of goal at last.
And actually a slackening of pace later on in the game. It is still very warm. It was in the second half at Anfield that Spurs turned their struggle into an ascendancy. Oh, Rose is foul.
Ali. Helped away by Matty. Rose has stayed down and would appear to be in need of attention. I think Liverpool trying to suggest that it was an elaborate dive by Danny Rose. That suggests otherwise.
He definitely got caught there. It was the knee of the young fullback that caught Rose. Referee's kept a tight lid on it. Here we see that excellent spave of Lloris, just denying and defying Mane. Lloris, captain of France, World Cup winner, of course.
Rose not troubled by the deflected effort from Fabinho. Rose still down, still receiving attention, and has now been helped back to his feet. Ben Davies is the obvious replacement should they need to change things, but Rose does look able to continue, and Tottenham also vigorously limbering up both Llorente and Lucas Moura.
Well, 3 subs, of course, are allowed, and a 4th one in this competition if it goes into extra time.
It's Liverpool with the advantage. That penalty after 2 minutes by Mohamed Sarri's 5th goal in the Champions League this season. Son taking on Robertson. Excellent work by Son to earn Tottenham a corner. Tongan making his way forward with Alderweireld. Touched away by Alisson. Met by Rose. Behind for another Tottenham corner.
The standard of the corner kicking has been very good. Goalkeepers forcing to punch amongst groups of players.
Rose to deliver. Nelson untroubled.
Doesn't look too troubled by that arm injury that he had in the first half. Alisson taking the goal kick, but doesn't seem any in hurry because Firmino, who had a quiet time, to be fair, in the first half, we made a point about it, didn't seem to get into the play.
Roberto Firmino makes way. Vitor Origi, the Belgian international, comes on in his place. The game's first change. Better play by Alisson.
Dilemma for the head coach Pochettino, because Tottenham are playing slightly improved in this half, and it's coming towards the period where he would be thinking about a substitution, but he'd be looking at his team and maybe thinking they're going to get back into the game as they play at the moment. Henderson looking for foul now. I have to say that these three officials only give fouls when they're absolutely sure. Absolutely sure.
Robertson. It is a straight swap for Liverpool. There's Origi coming on in place of Firmino.
Probably quicker, not as subtle, but a strong runner.
Firmino hasn't hit the heights of last season with Liverpool, but it's a season which has been disrupted by injury. One problem which has kept him out of the team since April. Jurgen Klopp happy to risk him from the start. Tottenham happy to risk Harry Kane. Henderson looking for Origi. Sissoko. Now Rose.
Henderson did well there to get back into good position and jockey and make Rose play the ball backwards.
Winks. Ali. Son. Here's Eriksson. It's Eriksson. Trippier. Ali.
Overhit, but a little better from Spurs. I think Ali might be the one to leave the field if Tottenham do make a substitution. I think that Moura's pace might be more effective at the moment.
Liverpool will be making the next change, having brought on Origi. They're looking to bring on James Milner. Rose with the interception, getting that ahead of Alexander-Arnold.
Milner has had a wonderful career at several clubs, Villa, Newcastle, Manchester City. Really has been a wonderful utility man over the seasons. Still going strong, gives great energy, great team responsibility.
The 33-year-old will now be introduced. And it's Wijnaldum who goes off.
Well, we said in the first half that Wijnaldum wasn't finding it easy to get hold of the ball. Scored that vital header against Barcelona, of course, which set Anfield roaring just after half-time.
Two vital goals having come on as the second half substitute in that semi-final win. Talk about James Milner's experience. This is his 98th European appearance.
Kane's been out-muscled on several occasions by the attentions of Matip and Van Dijk. So far found it very difficult to win those aerial challenges, clearances from deep.
The question must be, how fit is Harry Kane? Some rustiness inevitable given the time that he and Harry Winks have spent on the sidelines. Origi. Always happy to get his way. Standing firm in front of the first of Liverpool's two substitutes.
Interesting substitutions because they're in command of the game and he's made them quite early. One would suspect that it won't be long before Moura has to be introduced.
There's a buzz coming from the Tottenham supporters away to our left because Lucas Moura's being called up by Pochettino's number 2, Jesus Perez. The change is imminent. Tottenham looking to alter things in the hope that they can claw the goal back. Vertonghen with Salah.
Once again, the referee having none of it. Salah feeling he was fouled there, pushed off the ball, but
Sissoko. Winks. Had to work hard to hold off Henderson. He was snapping at his heels.
good play by Liverpool. Good shape by Liverpool, making it very difficult. Vertonghen thinking about the ball left to right, in the end he plays it down the centre, and once again Kane just second to it and then gives away the free kick. Can Moura be the hero again for the London side?
It's a change which Tottenham aren't going to make just yet. It's Harry Winks who's going off. Pochettino knows that he's got a gamble now. 20 minutes of the second half played. How do you see that, David? Go for broke?
Well, Winks doesn't score goals. I mean, he's got another goal scorer on the field for a link player. Sissoko may have to sit a little bit deeper, see if Eriksen can get a bit more involved. Eriksen's the playmaker in the team. He hasn't done enough so far to make things happen.
True of Eriksen and Dele Alli. Can history repeat itself? Can Lucas Moura make all the difference for Tottenham? Two goals in 4 minutes, 3 in 41 in Amsterdam, including that one in the 6th minute of second half stoppage time. Mane. Alexander-Arnold.
He does like that early cross, Arnold. It was a fine move by Liverpool to put Arnold in possession. Ex-England schoolboy international.
Van Dijk poised on the edge of Tottenham's penalty area. The ball didn't reach him. He threatened to reach him. Swept away by Vertonghen again. It's a game which hasn't really hit the heights which we might have anticipated, David. but given that Liverpool scored so early on, the job not exactly having been done has put the pressure on Tottenham to try and find a response, and they've lacked the creativity really to do that.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Tony. It's been difficult for them because once you get in front, then if you keep your shape, you can make it very difficult for the opposition. And Liverpool have worked very hard. Quarter of the game to go. Tottenham still in with a chance while the score stays the same, but they need some inspiration and they haven't found it yet.
Mane away from Ericsson, now being pursued by Ali. Milner! It was a good chance, it was a clear opportunity for him.
Yeah, he wasn't quite well balanced enough to hit that ball in with his left foot. He's a two-footed player, is Milner. But of course spaces will develop. Ericsson's gone much deeper now. Ericsson and Sissoko, the link players. It's almost four up front now. Moura, Kane, Ali and Son. I'm sure Tottenham will get a chance. It's whether they'll get that chance and take it before Liverpool get a second, of course.
Liverpool are in the Premier League, won their last 9 games, suffered only 1 defeat all season to Manchester City, the champions, defending champions. A Liverpool team who conceded only 22 league goals. In by Rose. Knocked away by Matip.
Massive call for hands there, more in hope, I think, than anything else. But Rose doing what Liverpool did in the first half, getting in advanced and getting a cross in early.
Ball pinged around so quickly inside the Liverpool penalty area. The difference between the incident which led to Liverpool's first minute penalty award. Sissoko with his arms away from his body. It's a fantastic run by Trippier. The ball has come right the way through to Rose. Tottenham might still be able to make something of this. Trippier again. Can he deliver this time? Alisson holds on and quite comfortably.
I think Trippier's got a hamstring.
Yeah, he's in some discomfort on the far side. His Champions League final may well be over, but here come Liverpool at the other end. Trippier's hamstring stretched. Tottenham are stretched. Here's Mane.
Brilliant clearance by Alderweireld there, and Sissoko did well too to get back and make it difficult. He's out down. Trippier's definitely feeling his hamstring. Looks as though he's going to play on. It's Sissoko that needs the treatment, and Rose also down. Wouldn't be the substitutions that Pochettino would want to make.
Fantastic distribution by Alisson then. So nearly a second Liverpool goal.
Yeah, good break. Lots of space for Liverpool to exploit there.
That's the other attempt from Milner. Everybody wearing white now back on their feet. No guarantee that the 3 who've just gone down injured will be able to see out the 90 minutes.
Moura's trying to link the play, closely watched by Fabinho. And once again, that's the compose that we see so often from Spurs, which makes supporters nervous at times.
And they've brought on Lucas Moura. He might be forced into bringing on Eric Dyer because of the defensive issues that they've got. Given away by Sissoko.
Could have been a crucial ball played forward there for Salah. Salah still full of running.
Kane. Now Son. Here's Dele Alli. And straight into Alisson's arms.
Trying to find that far post area, that side netting at the back post. No problem for Alisson, and that finally Sissoko has gone down. Didn't test the goalkeeper. Grateful for the clutch. I thought Eriksen had a chance possibly before that. Another change, maybe for Tottenham. Has to be Dyer, but probably Sissoko, injury force change.
Sissoko's handball led to Liverpool going in front. Is replaced by Eric Dyer. A few opportunities for Dyer in the Champions League this season. A couple of starts in the group phase, but this is only his 4th appearance off the bench. But he is adaptable.
Tiredness might also play a factor now. Around 15 minutes of the game to go. Tottenham have to throw cushion to the wind.
Rose. Dele Alli. Mora. Robertson with the interception. Trippier hopelessly out of position. Salah. Mane's darted into the penalty area. Origi's under that.
Mora retrieves it. It was his pass that put Tottenham in trouble then, gave Robertson a chance.
Son. Terrific run by Son. Magnificent defending by Virgil van Dijk. Stride for stride.
Well, outstanding Dutch player. He's won all the awards this season in England.
Eriksen. Tottenham in a hurry. Here's Kane getting away from Henderson. Kane for a second time. Trippier. Son. There's a big shout from Alexander-Arnold, who was almost embarrassed then as he failed to cut out the cross. Handball against Son Heung-min.
Well, once again, I think Tottenham a little bit unlucky there to be penalised. Van Dijk just put his arm across him, and that long stride was able to intercept that ball.
And look at the replay of the Son handball. You can't accuse the officials of lacking consistency. Knocked away by Robertson. And Fabinho. Mane. Scored for Liverpool in the final last year. Final which
Salah
saw... Sorry, David, go on.
Salah's still making those penetrating runs. He's the danger man for Liverpool at the moment as Tottenham push forward. Has every chance of finding some space in between the central defenders and getting through on goal. Pochettino calling Mane in a bit narrower from that left-hand side.
I said earlier in the game, David, that neither coach was too animated, but they're both on their feet now. Jurgen Klopp passing on instructions to his Liverpool players. 2 changes made.
Well, it's a crucial period now.
And hold on to what we have. A 1-goal advantage. Rose. Now Eriksson. They've been spoiled in the Champions League this season with all the drama. Not only in the semi-finals, Manchester United, but that win against Paris Saint-Germain. Kane. Trippier. Dele Alli up. And Dele Alli over.
Couldn't quite get over the ball. Matic was challenging and did a good job. Trippier crossing that ball in. It's a nicely flighted ball, but Ali did well. He was leaning slightly backwards.
Son. Another mazy run by Son. Origi. Salah just checking his run, having initially been in an offside position. Eric Dyer. 2 changes for Tottenham. The third one is imminent. Maybe Fernando Llorente ready to come on. Change of focus in attack. Son! Poured away by Alisson. Saw it all the way. Morab! Not this time. Tottenham asking a few more questions. Liverpool with a bit more to think about. Approaching the final 10 minutes in Madrid. Origi.
Origi not quite found his touch so far with his passing.
Dele Alli. Liverpool struggling to get to grips with Son, who's in a more withdrawn role now. Hasn't been picked up here. It's Son. And this time he didn't get hold of the shot.
Trippier once again had gone way forward on the right-hand side, hoping for that ball. It didn't come.
Final instructions for Llorente. Well, it's drifted out for a corner kick. I'm not entirely sure that the assistant on the near side was up with play then. He was probably a metre away from the corner flag, but it has been awarded. It's Dele Alli who's going off for Tottenham. Flurry of activity in front of Alisson.
Well, he's been the saviour once before this season for Tottenham. In those group games where Tottenham only had 1 point after 3 games.
Important intervention at Manchester City as well.
Neither team were top of their group, which is interesting.
Both teams having a squeeze to get into the knockout phase. Milner with a corner kick. Helped on by Salah. Helped away by Son. Henderson. Terrific drive by the Liverpool captain. Again, had a rush of blood to the head. And here come Tottenham again.
Pochettino passionately urging them forward now. Nothing to lose.
Lutonga. Trippier to deliver. Rose. Llorente. Referee has let that go for a second before deciding that Tottenham didn't have the advantage. It was right on the edge of the penalty area. It was outside. Harry Kane thought otherwise.
It was a very interesting one. It was a misheader. There's the challenge. It's almost on the line. I think the referee's correct.
It has been checked for a potential penalty, but I think we will find it as a free kick. Not that I want to do the official's job.
Well, this is where Eriksen is so valuable for Tottenham. But goalkeeper Alisson has had a wonderful season. Has coped with everything that Tottenham have thrown at him tonight.
Eriksen could have a go from here. Could also try to pick out a teammate.
Two-man wall. It's 10 metres away.
Not an easy free kick for Liverpool to try and defend. Eriksen poised. Terrific save by Alisson.
Yeah, a wonderful save. Every player now in the Liverpool half as Tottenham desperately try and find an equaliser. Once again, the Slovenian referee telling players about pushing and holding and scrummaging in that crowded area.
Little more than 5 minutes remaining. Trippier with a corner kick. Missed by everybody and put over by Son, who was offside anyway. Wouldn't have counted.
Good play by Liverpool. As soon as that outswinger was headed, they were quickly out and they knew that they could get an offside decision. Here we see it. Oh, Son stayed there.
Excellent free kick by Eriksen. An acrobatic save by Alisson, who would probably be disappointed had that beaten him, but he did have to stretch. Mane. Salah spinning away. Left the ball behind. Hoisted forward by Lloris. From one goalkeeper to the other.
Can't recall an effort at goal for Harry Kane, the England captain, the Tottenham centre forward.
Tottenham now with more attempts on target than Liverpool. Put out by Rose.
He had no option. Salah lurking. Once again, that crossfield ball delivered by Robertson. Such a cunning, clever, swerving pass.
I think Danny Rose was trying to chest that back to his goalkeeper.
Liverpool taking the time with the corner kicks. Alderweireld off the field.
Tottenham have used all three substitutes. They won't want Liverpool to take this corner kick until...
Good refereeing.
Yep, until Alderweireld is back in position. In by Milner. Origi! No arguments now. It's Liverpool's Champions League. Tottenham had no answer. And the expressions on those faces tell you that Liverpool are sure that they're on their way to their 6th European Cup. Origi, who did so much to put out Barcelona in the previous round, has now steered Liverpool towards another Champions League success.
Well, he certainly showed how to take the chance. When the ball came in, it was a missed kick at first. I think it was by Van Dijk. And when the ball finished at Origi's feet, the Belgium hit it fiercely and true across Lloris into that far corner. Perfectly placed. Credit the Liverpool man. Tottenham couldn't quite get it away. And it was a splendid effort. Low, hard and true.
Tottenham Hotspur 0, Liverpool 2. A goal at the start of the game, a goal at the end of the game.
Laurenti attacking that ball where Kane was standing just behind him.
There's going to be a run out for Joe Gomez. Third and final change. The reward for Gomez late on, coming on as a substitute after another injury-troubled season. No trouble list for Divock Origi. 2-0 to Liverpool.
Clever substitution by Klopp. He'll take credit for the introduction of Origi.
Time almost up for Tottenham. Joe Gomez has come on in place of Sadio Mane. Divock Origi's goal making it 2-0. Gomez, who has had a troubled time with injury, is Salah. Similar story for Origi as well, who started so promisingly, but he was held back by an ankle injury, terrible injury picked up when he was fouled by Romero Funes Mori and a Merseyside derby against Everton just over 3 years ago now. He ended up going to Wolfsburg in Germany to regain his fitness. And what a Champions League he has had. No Roberto Firmino in the second leg of the semi-final. No trouble for Origi, got 2 goals then. And now off the bench, putting the goal which has surely steered Liverpool to another Champions League success. 5 more minutes.
Van Dijk, solid as ever in the heart of the Liverpool defence.
Kane goes on, goes down. Tottenham look for a penalty. Then Scamina says no. No complaint either from Harry Kane. Rose. Llorente. Put behind by Matip.
No, just a coming together, no penalty.
Tongan has made a late move forward. Helped away again by Matip. Rose. Worth the try.
Had a decent game, has Rose. He's defended well, he's got forward well. But Liverpool have been very solid this half. Protected the goalkeeper well, even though Alisson has made good saves.
Son, found by Kane. Son shot. Pushed away by Alisson. He's spot on, David. He has been the busier of the two goalkeepers. He's had to work hard in this second half to keep Tottenham at bay.
3 good saves.
Time running out for Tottenham. The goal now might make it interesting, however. Rose. Now Kane. Straight at Alisson, who this time holds on. And Liverpool surely have done enough to hold on. It has been a curious game, David. Liverpool supporters haven't really been in full voice until now.
Neither side has played as well as it can do, I'm quite certain of that. Liverpool, buoyed by the penalty, were able to keep the shape and defend quite well. And Tottenham never really showed enough possible urgency, certainly explosion, certainly pace when he got to the final third. In the second half they've done much better. Lloris has hardly been tested, but give credit to Origi for that excellent shot.
Son. Party time for the many thousands of Liverpool supporters who've